This is Sam O'Reilly for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Frank Warren. Frank, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Sam. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for your time. I know you've got an unbelievable amount of press today, so thank you for staying behind. Let's talk about Saturday. Daniel Dubois in another blockbuster fight, another big belt on the line for him. They're just getting bigger, aren't they?
Well, they are, but he's got to win them. He's in with a guy who's Fujimoto, whose record is 21-1. The loss was 8 years ago, and he's been on a good winning run since. He come from a fighting background. He was a kickboxer. I think he won a world title at kickboxing. This is another test for him. He's got a world ranking Fujimoto in two governing bodies, the WBA, which for some reason Daniel doesn't have a ranking in, and the WBO. So this is all about us getting Daniel, moving him up the rankings, hopefully come through it and set him up for some fights next year so we can get him into a mandatory position once the dust settles, when all these guys, the Wilders, the Joshuas and Tyson all have their respective fights and mandatories, and then he'll be there to fight who's ever left there.
Most definitely. He's such a young man. It's still unbelievable the amount of titles and the progression he's made.
Yeah, in a short space of time. Yeah.
You said in the press conference something you said might be a little controversial, that you would, if you could, you'd have him fight AJ next.
It is controversial, but I mean, it's being realistic. It won't be. Maybe if they wanted to make it, I'd do it, because I think styles make fights, and I think his style would be a big problem for AJ.
And blockbuster nights of he's inevitably going to be in.
Well, I hope so. If all goes to plan, then that'll be the case. But in this, anything can happen with these guys, especially heavyweight boxing, as Ruiz showed in the first fight he had with AJ.
Yeah, obviously he regained his titles, Joshua. What did you make of his performance?
I thought he boxed extremely well. He was very intelligent in coming in lighter, which gave him more speed. He fought on the back foot, and what helped him was the fact that Ruiz didn't prepare at all for the fight. Came in, a stone and a bit heavier than he did for the previous fight, and looked like he was wading through porridge.
Let's talk about your undercard for Saturday night. British title, super flyweight. Sonny Edwards he's been chomping at the bit for these type of fights.
He's lovely. Well, he's got it, hasn't he? And I love Sonny. I hope he comes through, and this will set him up for some big fights next year. He's a really good lad. I really enjoy promoting him.
Archie Sharp, who had a phenomenal 2019. He's been in with some great names, and he's still undefeated. He's come out.
He has, and he's that punch he pulled out of the bag the last one. He's spectacular. So I'm really pleased to be involved with him, and there's hopefully again here come through. All these guys next year, if they win on Saturday, will all put themselves in contention for some big fights for next year.
And just a couple of your youngsters, David Adelaide making his debut.
Yeah.
Young heavyweight out of Dale Youth in West London. Very well fought. I've been in with everyone.
Yeah,
highly accomplished amateur. Yeah.
And he's a welcome addition to the heavyweight scene, and I'm pleased he's with us, and we'll be moving him forward, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in the ring making his debut.
And Liam Williams goes up. If this could be a final
tough fight. It's a tough fight. The winner of the fight, Fox is number one, but the winner of the fight will be the mandatory to Andrade. Contrasting sizes, let alone styles. Southpaw, 6'5", he said he was, and then you've got our man who settled really damn well at middleweight. Seems more comfortable at that weight than light middle. He's got the bit between his teeth, so we will see. I think it's going to be a bit of a cracker, that one.
Most definitely. Tommy Fury returns after a stint in the Love Island.
Come off Love Island. He's got 3 million Instagram followers. He was the fourth most Googled person in the UK this year. So no pressure on him for his third fight at all.
Is there a danger he takes his eye off the prize?
Yeah, there is. You hit the nail on the head. He's had a lot of commitments outside the ring through Love Island, so he can't afford to do that. This game, you've got to give it 100%. He will give it 100%. Don't get me wrong, but you can't afford to be distracted.
Definitely.
And as I say, I can't think of any fighters, second, third fight sitting at the top table for a press conference. Yeah. That's the pressure he's got.
Final question. I couldn't mention Fury and not mention his brother. Obviously, you touched on the big Tyson and Wilder rematch. What were your thoughts on the Ben Davison and Tyson split?
I was a little bit disappointed that it happened, because it's been a good winning team and they've done extremely well, but they've parted amicably, and that is what it is. They've made their decision, so that's where both of them are. And Tyson's now got a new trainer in place in Sugar Hill, and he's got to focus on what he's got coming up, which is that tough rematch with Wilder.
Definitely. Frank, I appreciate your time.
It's
Look
a
forward
pleasure.
to your show
We'll
Saturday.
see you on Saturday.